What do you want? What would you like, Olive? Back scratch? Oh, yeah. There we go. And then if I stop. Are you gonna headbutt me now? Nope, there's the paw. Scratches, back scratch. Yeah. Stop. What if I don't want to do scratches right now? Ow. You're so rude for an old lady. Alright. What you got? Yeah, freezing rain happens a lot this time of year because
it kind of looks like snow.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like crunchier.
Yeah, and it's really slippery. It makes the roads really bad to drive on.
Oh, that's why the fire truck comes in.
Yeah. Hi, babies. We gotta remember to take this trash back inside with us tonight. This guy that we were using for water. Hi. Hello. There's no eggs. That's okay. We'll check again in the morning. Yeah, let Sissy give it a try because you did it last night. Oh, he's heavy. Alright, let's Sissy give it a try. Oh. Gotta hold it upright. Okay. Yeah. Don't let him pull it down. Kind of hold it at an angle for him, so kind of diagonal, right? Yeah, right. Perfect. Some oats. Just got some baling twine in here too. Can I have that? Did you pull that in? Because you're naughty and bored. Paul took the kids' egg basket, and this was the basket they were using to collect eggs. They use it every morning. And he put egg carton pieces in it to prevent casualties. Look at the baby belly on that cow. Alright. Look what I carry. Botanical interest seeds. We're gonna go in the cooler though. Pull this milk forward. This is the new stuff, I think. Yeah. New stuff. I guess we sold a good amount of gallons this weekend. That's good. Because we still have a lot of half gallons. And that's kind of a bummer. We're going to pull this older one, take this down to True, sedate on this guy. First, we're going to bring this inside and have the children and husband drink it. Cream, cheese, organic wheat berries grown right here in Maine. Pretty awesome stuff. For those of you who don't know, we're going to bring this older half gallon of milk down to True. She gets a lot of milk and yogurt as it expires in the store. But for those of you who don't know, raw milk is totally legal to sell in the state of Maine. Yay us, right? I think it always has been. I don't think that's ever really been a thing here for it not to be legal. At least not for a good while. So, yeah. I work on a raw dairy, actually. One of, like, the best ones. They're amazing. They have it down to a science, and their product is just, it's amazing stuff. Raw dairy is sold all over the state of Maine, from top to bottom, East Coast to west, which is really great. So if you're from a state where it's not legal and you visit Maine, come on by and I will hook you up. So aside from winters being absolutely dreadful for sales, the other hardest part of owning a business like this, basically a farm business or an agriculture business in the state of Maine, is that we have like no insurance options up here, and it gets worse the further north of Maine you go. If I was in Portland, I could probably get insurance, but I'm not. I'm in central Maine, so almost northern Maine. I'm kind of getting into the really rural areas. Right now I'm fighting with trying to find insurance for basically just liability insurance for the farm and coverage for the items in the store. But yeah, so I just got off the phone with somebody that was quoting for Liberty Mutual, and they won't do it, even though they have plenty of offices right here in Maine. But yeah, so living in a rural state can have its difficulties. One being you have to convince customers to drive out of their way to shop with you. Two being basically you get ignored on like all of the legal aspects like insurance, because it's just not worth their time to cover people out here when they can cover masses of people within large cities and well-populated states. Why are you on my couch? You're not a kitty cat. Aye. So it is that time of year where everything looks kind of crappy on a farm, no pun intended, for a couple different reasons. One, because everything's brown and dull. The grass hasn't quite started to grow up yet, although I do have daffodils trying to come up in the flower garden. So everything's just really dull. There's like not much color going on, and everything's wet and muddy because we are in the midst of mud season, which is pretty intense here. And then for the other reason of I am the worst farm closer in the history of farm closers. And what I mean by that is I always get to fall and I get busy, and I should be picking up all of the trash or whatever that is blown. We have like really high winds here, especially in particular on this property. It's always breezy. And anyways, I should pick up the farm better before fall, because then the snow covers it all up and then I have to pick it up every spring. So I have a lot of cleanup to do around the farm, which I'm going to start this week because pastures are going to start growing soon, because we are finally done with frosts, it looks like, which also means spring gardens are going in this week at the end of the week, and I'm really excited about that. But yeah, so the farm is very ugly this time of year. Not a fan. But before we know it, it'll be beautiful and hot, and the gardens will be of plenty. I'm outside drinking a smoothie because I am cranky as shit today. I don't know why. I just am. Probably still the lack of sun. You don't get very much vitamin D up here in the Northeast in the winter. So yeah, I'm just super freaking cranky, and I was like, I'm just gonna go outside and find something to do, because obviously being inside is not working. So, smoothie time. This is strawberries, bananas, chocolate chips, peanut butter, collagen, raw milk, maple syrup, and I think that's it. It's pretty good.